Hi everybody, it's Jenny J 1911. I just wanted to make a quick video tonight about our Rugers that we have in our house. And the reason I've been so fascinated lately with these Rugers is that I've been eyeballing the Ruger Mark IV Lite. Now, as you know, I prefer a heavier gun. I love my 1911s. I love that Smith & Wesson revolver that we picked up yesterday. They all have a nice substantial weight to them. And I don't know what it is about that Mark IV Lite. I don't know if it's the space aginess look to it or if it's the fact that it's got that nice feeling 1911 style grip. I just really love, every time I've gone into a shop and handled one, I love how it feels in my hands. And I think it would be a lot of fun to shoot. What 22 isn't fun to shoot? So that being said, I've been playing around with our Rugers that we do have in our house, and we have three. So the first one we have, our oldest one, actually is about 65 years old. It was manufactured in late 1957. This is the Ruger Standard, and they made the Ruger Standard from 1949 to 1982. So the one thing that's different about this Ruger is that the safety is what holds the slide back. So if we take a look here, we can see that our safety is on and our slide is locked open. If we take that safety off, we can close our slide. We can let the slide close. And you see that it's not going to lock open. There's no locking mechanism here to lock it back open again. The only way we can do that is if we put the safety back on and it locks open. So when they made this and they advertised this gun originally, the one thing they said about it, they bragged about it, was that it could be dismantled in 5 seconds. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't ever really timed it, but that's pretty good, 5 seconds. Also, it looks very similar to the German Luger. So take that as you will. Ruger, Luger, I don't know. But anyway, it's a pretty cool gun. One thing that I did notice in looking at these also is that the medallion on the grip is on the left-hand side. So if we take a look at the future models, our medallion is going to be on the right-hand side. So that's kind of different. Now, I'll get back to my other two Rugers in a second, but one thing I wanted to point out also is that the magazine for the Standard is a little bit different, because if you look here, this little thumb button that depresses the spring when you load it is on the right-hand side. And if you look at any of the future magazines, okay, I'm going to turn them the same way so you can see, okay, that's the same way. This is the one for the Standard. There's the button on that side. The button for the magazine for the future models is on the other side, so on the left-hand side. So that's a little bit different. Not sure if they changed that in the manufacturing because people said that they weren't as comfortable with it on this side. I don't know. So that's one thing that I noticed was different. That also means that, you know, you definitely can't interchange any of these magazines. So moving on to the Ruger Mark II Target. Okay, that's the next one that we have. This one is about 32 years old. It was made in 1990. It's got a nice heavy bull barrel, and it's got an adjustable rear sight with this red fiber in the front. So that's pretty cool. The one thing about this, we actually still shoot this one regularly. The one thing about this, when we clean it, it's okay to dismantle, but boy, oh boy, putting this thing back together, you definitely need to practice doing that. It's not something that will happen quickly, and I can tell you, we have watched numerous YouTube videos just as reminders and ways to figure out simpler ways to get this thing put back together again. Okay, the last one that we have is our Ruger Mark II Standard. Okay, this one was made in 1993, so that means it's about 29 years old. They actually made the Mark IIs from 1982 to 2004, so that's when those were manufactured. And this one has a slide lock to lock the slide open, unlike, you know, the very first one. And it also has that magazine with the button on the new side, what I would call it, just like the one I just showed you. So I don't know, these are all pretty cool guns. They look very similar. This one that is our target gun has these really cool grips on it. They're rubber grips, and has a nice place to be able to, you know, comfortably put your thumb, and it just feels really, I don't know, ergonomic by today's standards. So it's a really nice gun to have around, and we love just taking these out and target shooting with them. In fact, we used this Ruger for part of our silhouette target night that we had, this target league that we did this last Wednesday at Ultimate Defense. So that was pretty fun to do. So anyway, I'd love to hear from you what Rugers you have, what Rugers you like, maybe what Rugers you are interested in getting. And it would just be really cool to be able to network. I think 22s sometimes get forgotten because they're not, you know, a bigger caliber, but they sure are fun to shoot. So anyway, I look forward to talking to you all again, and I hope you have a great night.